Hello friends, Namaste, Namaskar. You are watching Investors Times and this is Sahavir again. So in our quest for finding a good stock in the quarter 3 FY21 results, we have even found a Polycab where I see a little bit of turnaround in EPS and other parts. So let's look about what the Polycab fundamentals tell to us. First, our first Buffett rule says that the CAGR growth has been phenomenal in the margins and CAGR as in the EPS as well. What I can see is that in the last 7 years, it has a CAGR growth of 12% on a 7-yearly basis of sales, but it's made a little bit lower of 9.26 in sales. But the beauty part is the sales has gone down 9.26%, but if you see the margins, it has expanded a lot, which is actually good. I mean, the sales goes on high even if you actually give on credit. It will go on high even if you keep your marketing expenses high. But if at all the sales are going low or they are stagnant, but if you are doing well in the margins expansion, it means that the company's fundamentals, the company's management is actually sound and very good, and that's what I liked in this one. And if at all we see the product demand directly, if we go to the efficiency part, we can see that the product is actually finding a very good demand. You can see the debtor days, which was absolutely 95-80 levels till 2016. It has slowly consistently falling down and it's now at 59, which says that the product is having a very good demand in the market, and that is what it is actually which made me intrigued that if the product has demand, maybe the stock could actually do wonders in the following things. If at all we see the return on capital employed and return on equity, that has been a phenomenal rise. The blue color part is a return on equity. It has rose from almost 6% consistently till 20% in March 2020, and even if you see the return on capital employed, it has fallen a bit in 2017 to 8%, but from then it has picked up and has reached about 20% on return on capital employed as well. Coming to the reserves and borrowing section, what we can see in the reserve section is that for sure the reserves have phenomenally improved. I call this as a beautiful improvement, but the most beauty part is that along with the reserves, the borrowings are coming down every year, and now it stands only 157 crores in March 2020. So okay, let's see interest payments as well. You can see in the last 9 months as well, the interest payments have fallen from 50 crores to almost 37 crores, which says that slowly this company is becoming a virtually debt-free company. Looking at the cash flows of this company, we will see only the operating activity cash flows, which is not that consistent. It has increased very steeply in March 2019, and now it is maintaining again back in its 250-300 levels of operating cash flows. If at all we look at the margin section, what we can see is that the margins have been consistent rise in the last 4 years till 2020. It has rose from almost a stagnant levels of 9% to almost 12.8%, and the beauty part is that even in the last 9 monthly average operating profit margins are staying at 11%, which is good, and not net profit margins have actually improved beyond March 20 performance. So net profit margins actually converts them in very good into a very good EPS results. So let's directly jump into EPS, because I want to start with the yearly EPS for this particular stock instead of looking at the yearly sales. What you can see is that the yearly EPS has been consistently on rise, and it is there now at 51 rupees of EPS, which is showing a CAGR growth of 44% for financial year 2020. And now if you see this yearly sales, what you can see is that there has been a rise for sure, but there has been a little fall in the 9 monthly financial year 21, by which I can feel that maybe you will get a chance to get into the stock. We have seen in the last 4 years what the management has done, and if at all there is a little bit of hiccup or there is some little issue and it has actually not done pretty well in one particular 1 quarter or 2 quarters, I think that is the time when you actually get a buyer dips concept. That is where you will get a chance to board the right stock. So now what I can say is that 9 monthly has been 5,889, but there has been a consistent increase in the yearly sales for sure. And if at all we look at the quarterly sales, what we can see is that there has been a fall in the 9 monthly performance. It has fallen by 12%, but it is at all-time highs of quarterly sales in the December 20 quarter. So it has clocked about 2799 crores of sales, showing a year-on-year growth of 11.6%, and it's also yearly times highs. And hopefully, if at all and there is also a pattern. If at all you observe, the June, September, December always keeps on rising, and March will be a little lower. So and that is what I expect. Even the March will be a little lower maybe, and that's where the stock can actually do a little lesser than March 20, but that is where you will also get a chance to board the stock. So if at all we see the yearly profit along with the other incomes, the best part is that the other income contribution is actually about 12%, 13% in this particular case. So whatever rise in profits they are actually showing a genuine rise in profits. They are not increasing other income and showing. So whatever their core portfolio is, that is where they're actually working upon. So there has been a phenomenal rise in the net profit growth every year, and even now it is actually making about 601 crores of net profit. And if at all we see the quarterly profits, what we can see is that in the last 3 quarters it has done pretty well. The same way, like June quarter is actually bad for this stock if at all you observe the pattern in the last few quarters. So but the thing is, like, it has actually done a little much better than December quarter, and that is what we will expect. So the quarterly sales in the 9 monthly have actually gone down by 12%, but what you can observe here is that the profits of 9 monthly has actually gone up by 10%, which says that the margins are good, the company is actually doing pretty well. So let's also jump into the technical side of the Polycab. The first thing is that look at the monthly charts. You can clearly see that there is an all-time high breakout of the stock at 1180, let's say. And what we are supposed to see is that the stock has to actually stay well above at least 1100 rupees for this particular stock to make new highs. It is for sure at a distribution phase on a weekly charts as well. The stock already has actually tested the previous year highs of 1154. So we can actually take this stock, but whenever the stock falls down to almost 1100 levels, that is the best time to actually buy the stock. And if the times are bad and if the stock actually falls to 1050 and all, this is the best time to stock for this, to actually buy more, keeping a bigger horizon, like holding the stock for at least 1 year. So there's no particular buy or sell target for this particular stock, for the reason that it's at a distribution phase. But this is a beautiful stock to actually keep a track of, and if at all it comes to 1100 bucks, then you can actually start buying this particular stock. Thank you so much for holding on to my video, and thanks for actually trusting and having views on this. If at all you like the video, please hit the like button, and don't ever forget to actually share with your friends, because sharing is caring. And also please do subscribe to my channel, and for a quicker company updates or for a quicker calls, please do follow my Telegram channel, Investors Times or iTimes Algo, and that is where I'll be very much easily making a company review than actually making another YouTube video. Thank you so much. Happy investing. Stay healthy.